I may have to go to bed soon, very soon.
Hello. Hello. Welcome back to another flubity episode of Sam's Psychotic Podcast. Whee! Sorry. Anyway, welcome back. How is everyone on this fine evening? Let us begin by talking about ages.
Greek mythology, and why it's very strange.
Whee!
If I just say why?
Just so you know, all of my Greek mythology knowledge is based on a Percy Jackson book I read when I was about 8.
Fair enough.
Very accurate there.
I just watched like a 5-minute video about it, so like.
Well,
But still,
The book's very
still,
qualified
it's-
professionals.
Okay, Greek mythology. Yeah. Okay. So basically, Zeus. We have a lot to explain about Zeus. Let's just start. Let's start the Zeus conversation with how he raised a fetus in his leg.
Oh yeah,
Like-
I remember this one.
We already discussed this, but we can like go further into it. So, 'cause
Right,
then,
Right,
so
so
I don't
if I'm
think, like,
remembering
5
this
minutes is
correctly,
fine.
from 8-year-old me reading a book of ages ago, I think it was Percy Jackson. So for anyone who doesn't know, in one story from the wide variety of bullshit in Greek mythology, there is this story where Zeus, who was a pretty promiscuous fellow and cheated on his wife a ridiculous amount of times. So one of these people who Zeus, impregnated, his wife found and then killed. But then their baby was still alive because it was a demigod, and for some reason that means it had survived. I can just hear RuneScape music in the background and I'm very scared. Anyway, so this baby survived, and Zeus goes, I'll just cut my leg up and shove the baby inside, sew the leg up, and because, biology, the baby will grow in my leg like it's a womb.
So you're the
That makes sense.
That means how does he have a placenta in his leg? How does that work? He has because he has to have like all of the necessary parts. He should have like an amniotic sac in his leg, so that he can somehow put the baby inside, or the baby's like out in the amniotic sac already. And then the umbilical cord, I don't know where that's gonna go. But I don't know, demigods, I guess. Makes sense.
Me and the boys pretending to understand what it means. Percy Jackson and the Greek Gods was the book that I read.
Percy Jackson doesn't really cover biology.
No.
Surprisingly.
biology book.
Yeah, I found the book here. It's on Amazon for £5.59.
Okay. But
You just put a picture of this book up.
So like, how was the baby born? I'm assuming you just cut the wound open again.
I'm trying to remember this. Sorry, slight recording issue there. Right, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so apparently he was at a dinner table, if I remember this correctly. I feel like I'm going to get told off if somebody sees this and realises I'm wrong and that I'm dumb. But if I remember correctly, he was at a dinner table eating with a bunch of other gods, and he just cut the baby out.
Wouldn't the leg have healed within 9 months, or did that just get cancelled out because demigods?
Really healed? What, like healed back to normal?
Yeah, like healed, like that, healed back enough to be harder to cut open.
Well, he cut it open
So,
the first time to get the baby inside, so it can't be too hard.
Yeah, but I guess he just cut along the scar, wouldn't he?
Possibly, yeah.
But
Oh.
another thing.
Yeah, Greek gods
How
were just
developed
so
was the baby already outside of the leg? How
Pardon?
developed was it? Was it just still an embryo, the baby, or was it like a fetus?
I want to say,
What do you want to say?
probably like about a week and a half into the fetus development.
Bro. So it hasn't even developed like eyes are out yet. It's literally just like lumps.
I don't think do you know Greek mythology? Do you know Greeks? I'm gonna look up. Did Greek?
I don't think Greeks knew exactly how the baby was
No.
formed.
Oh,
So
babies.
I guess a lot of these questions are answered by the fact that Greeks were not very educated because they didn't know that stuff existed at all.
Yeah, I'm looking it up now.
Like, bear in mind that this was before anyone knew that America existed. Just
This was like BC, way in BC.
no one knew each other outside of their own continents. No one. It's just really crazy to think that.
Right, can I just
So,
say
like-
something? So I was having a quick look to see what there was, to see if I could find out how much the Greeks knew about, baby development. And on this website is an advert for a military folding shovel.
Okay,
What
I
is
don't
this?
know why that's connected to babies at all.
Oh my
I'm
god!
a bit concerned
Look at that!
about that actually.
That's so stupid. I love it.
A military folding shovel on Amazon. It looks excellent. It's got all sorts. 18 tactical functions.
Buy it. Send it to my address.
It's got
I
a
want-
hexagonal wrench, an axe, a shovel board, a sawtooth, a bottle opener, a lock, an extension bar, a bolt driver, another extension bar, a bottle opener, a knife edge, a sawtooth, a tactical knife, an extension bar, an emergency whistle, a fire starter, and a safety hammer.
How much does it cost?
£28.99 with my hoodie voucher.
I'm talking to Da Vinci. Shut up.
With my hoodie voucher, it's £28.99. It's normally £39.99.
That's 40 quid for that.
Hoodie has found me a voucher.
Wow.
Right, Jonathan, look at this. Jonathan, right, so it's here. Scroll down a bit further. The advert's there again. Scroll down a bit further. The advert's here again. Explain.
Wow.
We're just really good at something.
It's there again.
Oh.
It's there again. Jonathan.
They're just marketing geniuses.
What are you talking about?
You just click on it and flipping text.
So the whole Greek mythology thing, because we're talking about military shovels, which is not on the list at all.
Military shovels is on every list. What? Oh my god! The brand is called Shin Yu.
Oh no!
Shin
You're
Yu.
gonna get it. You're gonna get it. It's gonna be like a toy tractor or something.
I'm worried me that Hoodie has a discount for it.
Right.
It's 76 centimeters long.
Zeus. What else is there to say about Zeus? I guess the whole disguising yourself as a human and having sex with humans is a bit strange already.
Yeah,
But
do you know why?
let's talk about that one story. I think this is the way Hercules was born. The one story where Hercules had sex with this woman who had a husband who was in the Spartan War or something, and he disguised himself as her husband, and then her husband came home the next day. That's an actual tale that happened.
Great.
And
Hey,
so, where do we start on this?
I genuinely have
First of
no
all,
idea.
Let's just say how awkward it would be for the woman, because she'd be really confused. She had sex with her husband, and the next day he came home. Imagine how scary that would be. Just the realization that it wasn't your husband or whatever.
Right.
That would just be like terrifying.
How many drugs should we
Do you know what? Do you know why Zeus disguised himself as a human?
But then he's more appealing.
No, because mortals can't handle to see his true form.
Ah.
Zeus is a cat.
Basically, he has to limit his punching magic in order to actually breed with people.
Right. So the title for this video is Zeus is a catfish.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send Aiden a picture of this tactical shovel.
Okay.
Because for the rest of this
Right.
conversation, I have just been looking at a tactical shovel.
Isn't that swell?
Oh, I found another one.
What's it?
This one's even more expensive. It's not as good as the other one, but it's more expensive.
Tactical shovels. We're trying to talk about Zeus, the ultimate Tinder man. Like,
He's the ultimate Tinder swindler.
Yes, he's the catfish.
Zeus's profile would be on Tinder. Like, what would he be holding up? Would he be holding up a lightning bolt or something?
He'd be holding a giant picture of Nicolas Cage.
I
don't think Nicolas Cage was alive back then. Just
Okay.
maybe. Maybe he wasn't.
He probably would Zeus be better in NFTs.
Definitely.
Zeus would have done that.
Zeus would have got
He actually has a golden palace in the clouds. Like, I don't think he cares about money. I think he has money sorted at the moment.
He will own all the NFTs.
Yeah.
Does Zeus have a bank account, do you think? How did he store all of his money?
I don't think the Greeks had banks.
No. They had banks, because I remember in Latin that we do in Latin, they're talking about a banker. So
Okay.
I think they just give all of their money to this guy, and he just like stores them in his house, and he just gives them back. He just gives back the same amount. Imagine how unhygienic that would be.
To this guy.
Yep.
Imagine how unhygienic that is. Like, those coins were probably mined from the earth itself. How, like they're basically just pulling out rocks and giving it to people. That's just strange to think about.
Isn't that basically what we're doing? The coins are still made out of rocks.
No, but ours is like processed rocks, you know? Like, it has designs on them.
Yeah, so would theirs. It's not just going to be a lump, is it?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, true, but still, it would still be unhygienic, because unless the banker separates them into piles, which I doubt, because they're, Greek. I doubt very much that the person would be getting their money back. They'd be getting someone else's, but the same amount. So, yeah, go on.
Reason a pound sterling is called pound sterling is because sterling used to mean in like iron or something. So it's like a pound of iron, because they measured gave people metal by the weight. So actually, that didn't even. So we in like the 1400s didn't have it was just lump of metal.
Yeah.
Greek coins with the patterns on. They did have patterns on. Can't see them at the moment. They're on eBay for £11.86 each.
Very genuine. £11.86.
Very genuine.
For what?
But these Greek coins are found on eBay. Ancient Greek coins.
Wow. We're just gonna send you like a piece of paper with a Greek coin on it for £11.
Very genuine, apparently.
Did it say very genuine in the description?
Like the first thing it says, the thing literally says, very genuine, 275 BC, ancient Greek bronze coins.
You know something's fake when it has to say that it's not fake.
Very genuine in the first, like...
Very genuine. Do you think Greeks had, like, and like gyms. Do you think that was a thing?
Probably, yeah.
Or did they just pick up boulders and like throw them?
They probably did have gyms to train for wars and stuff.
Oh yeah, but like, yeah, true.
Become muscular.
I was going to say, like, every Greek god is depicted as like a statue, you know, like literally chiseled,
Yeah.
like made of rock. I'm not even muscular, just made out of rock. And I like, how would they get that physique if they didn't have gyms?
Jonathan.
They probably did just have like wood with like two rocks strapped on the end. Do you think there were Greek bodybuilders? Do you think there were any Greek bodybuilders?
I'm gonna look up Greek bodybuilders. Yeah. My phone, I think I've suddenly got a Greek obsession.
What? How many people were obese in Greek times?
I don't think many. I don't think food was around enough. Right. I forgot to look up ancient Greek. So I've just put Greek bodybuilders.
Bro.
Jonathan, look at these Greek bodybuilders.
Let's see. Well, it's Tzatziki, man. No, that's not funny.
Look at that Greek bodybuilder.
Greek bodybuilders.
They're so muscular.
What do you think like technology was like back then?
Apparently, they had like analog computers for measuring like solar eclipses.
They would have analog computers in ancient Greek times, Jonathan.
There was. They found
The most they'd have was a sundial. This is like before they discovered
No, they did.
Yeah, the Greeks did do bodybuilding.
Yeah.
The Greeks had invented flamethrowers.
Was it the Greeks or the Romans who invented public baths?
I think it was
the Romans. The Romans had public toilets. I think Greeks had them as well.
Yeah, because who wants to go to the toilet on their own?
me.
I mean, who would, honestly.
To the toilet on their own?
If you're having a squat with the Rock, you would like. If you're having a squat with some random 50-year-old man, you're just staring into your eyes when he's like taking a dump. That would be very, very unfortunate.
That would be very, very fortunate.
In Greek, like in the public toilets, it would basically just be a gamble every time you go in there. There's either someone like shitting out a fox or something.
A fox? What? What are you on about? What are you on about?
You don't know until you go in there.
What are you on about? Shitting out a fox? What does that mean?
It means like, I don't know, but like, you never know, you know?
I don't know, no. I know why you don't know what you mean, because you're talking absolute gibberish.
It'd be a gamble every time.
I have never spoken a word of gibberish. Never.
I'd probably prefer to like shit in a bush or something than go to a public toilet.
No, I did not. This is a complete lie.
On your space pay account.
So did you. You posted it on my Space account.
Like on your space pay account.
Yeah, but I didn't post it.
Your account.
Yeah, well, I didn't post it.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, well, I don't schmibble. I do. I bought schmibble at the schmibble store. I bought it for schmibble pound schmibbly schmine.
I agree.
Yeah, we really have. The conversation just passed away.
Yeah, the conversation. Right, should we move on to the next topic then? Because I have like a list.
Yeah. What's the next topic?
It's basically just this, but Norse mythology.
I know absolutely nothing about Norse mythology.
All I know is that it's very strange. Basically, what happens...
Did anybody ever know
we'll just talk
mythology
about
at any point?
a few tales. We'll talk about like 2 or 3 each, like mythology thing. So basically, there's a tale where Loki basically marries like a mountain giant, and they give birth to a snake and a wolf.
Great.
I think that's
How does that work?
I genuinely have no idea.
Both of those animals are birthed in two completely different ways. The snakes aren't mammals. Snakes are reptiles. I don't know if they're the same thing, but like snakes lay eggs, don't they?
This is the 21st century.
Well, just the snakes lay eggs. Shit. Do snakes lay eggs?
Yes, snakes do lay eggs. They're reptiles.
Yeah. So how did the mountain giant just lay an egg for the snake and lay just birth the wolf normally?
Nobody knows. Like genuinely, nobody knows.
True, but the even more confusing thing is okay, how did those I guess this makes a lot of sense because genetics, but those two animals became so big, the snake became so big it encircled the world and still ate its tail. So it went around the world and halfway up its body basically.
The world around, the world around.
Also, if that snake had to shed its skin, how bad do you think that would be for the world? Because it encircles it.
I don't know how wouldn't it eat its own shedded skin?
To be fair, this was when people thought that the world was flat. So I guess it makes sense. But I don't even knew what shedding skin was anyway, because I don't think there are any snakes in Scandinavia.
The ancient Egyptians, the way mammoths around, figured out the circumference of the earth by measuring the distance.
Some of the characters in Norse mythology are also really weird. There's
yeah.
I don't know what they're called, but there's these, I think they're called the Grey Sisters or something, but I don't know. I'm probably gonna get yelled at by the mythology enthusiasts in the comments for this.
What mythology?
Wherever,
I don't think we're gonna have any mythology enthusiasts, mate.
We don't have any comments. What do you mean?
What year do you think this is? 12.
Whatever. Basically, there's these group of women who share one eye. There's three of them, and they all share one singular eye.
I thought that was Greek.
How did they How did they give the eye to one another? And when did they need? How did they attach the eye?
Do you know, I think it's like a glass eye, but it just connects automatically because it's magic.
True, but I doubt it'll be glass eye. I think it's just a normal eye.
No, it's a normal eye, but you'll pop it out and pop it in like you would a glass eye.
Yeah. True, but it's still really weird. Do you think none of them just stumble into each other by accident? End up in clotheslining each other by accident?
How am I supposed to know?
Yeah, the person in the eye would have to separate them. Would have to go in the middle and grab them and guide them along so they don't run off a cliff.
Yeah, I would be surprised.
Imagine how funny it would be just going to the local cliff and just seeing an old woman without an eye just running off the side of it. Imagine how I don't know if
them all
funny is the right
joining
word.
hands.
I think just strange is the right word.
Strange is an understatement, mate.
Yeah.
A bit wacky, if you will. Jonathan, I'm going to go mad with your madness.
But isn't there there's loads of really weird mythology things.
Did anybody actually have a normal religion back then?
I don't think so. But what about Mimir? I don't know if this is just the God of War games, but Mimir literally got turned into a tree by Boulder. I still don't know if that's. I think that might just be God of War.
I don't know what God of War is. I don't know who Mimir is. Just leave me.
God of War's a game, a mythology game. And it's this guy called Kratos. He's the God of War in I don't know. He isn't the God of War in
Yeah. Hello.
Okay, I just explained God of War.
I
Like,
didn't
all
hear
of it.
any of it because I wasn't here.
Basically, this guy, who's like a god, son of Zeus, he goes to Earth, like he kills loads of gods, and in like the newer games it's Norse, but in the older games it's Greek. It's really weird, but in one of them you have to fight this guy who just doesn't feel pain, and it's like this other woman's daughter, and basically, what happens, you meet this guy called Mimir, who has all of the knowledge in the world, and basically he's a tree.
Yep.
I'm not even joking, he's literally a tree. But he's not just a tree, he's a guy in a tree, because someone
He's some
cursed
dude
him.
in a tree who knows everything.
Basically, that's exactly
It was
what he
like
is.
an early form
And,
of Buddhism.
Yeah, and basically what happened
I say
was
Buddhism, so haha.
Kratos has to kill him. Kratos is the character, the main character. Kratos basically just rips his head off. I think he decapitates him. Like, because Mimir was asking to be killed, because like bro was literally a tree on top of a mountain. He was gonna die already. Yeah, I'll send you a picture of Mimir just to like prove how weird it is. I don't know if it's, like I said, I don't know if it's just God of War though.
Welcome to the 25th. Welcome to the Phsycotic Podcast, where we're talking about three people called Mimir.
This is him in the games.
And I definitely know what's going on.
Same. Does anyone know what's going on, to be honest?
37. You're 38.
No,
Actually, you're 43.
I'm 20.
You're 19. Are you going to send me the Mimir picture?
Yeah, that's Mimir. Don't ask why he has horns. I don't know, but
Why is
he was gonna
why
die
is one of his
everywhere.
eyes glowing and why is the other one just gone?
Because he's like cursed or something.
Oh.
Like, I don't know.
God's damn curses and their curseable consequences.
He's turned into a tree, and Kratos just decapitates him, and you have his head for the rest of the game. It's quite strange.
Well then.
Yeah.
This all seems quite strange.
Yeah, it is. Like I said though, I don't actually know if this is only God of War. And also the weird thing is, Mimir's severed head can still talk.
I don't even know what that means.
Okay, so basically what happens, you chop off the tree dude's head, and you keep it for the rest of the game as like a guide. It can still talk to you while it's severed.
Well
It's
then,
like alive.
that sounds fun.
He can't die. He can't die. You just carry his head around and it tells you stuff. It's really weird. But basically, Odin like trapped him in a tree.
Goddamn Odin in his trees.
Yeah. Anyway, should we move on to the next topic then? I have a few.
Yes, next topic.
5.
I can't remember what it was.
It's how did we come up with maths?
Well then,
So, like,
you took over the Norse thing, right? So I think maths started with, your simple bits of addition. Like your ones and your twos and your threes.
How do we even come up with numbers? How do we come up with numbers?
Well,
I don't understand.
let's say if some guy sat there with an apple, and then he sat there with like 5 apples, and he wants to tell somebody else how many apples he has. That's how numbers would have came about. Just people wanting to tell somebody else how much of something they have.
Yeah.
And an apple, and say I have 5 apples. That'll be the original reason numbers were created. And then they'll have come up with addition. So I have 3 apples here. Can I have another 2 apples? Okay, now I have 5 apples. Simple addition.
Yeah.
And then eventually, quadratic formula.
I have 6 apples. I just gave 2 to you, so you have 5. I now only have 4 apples left. Simple subtraction. So they're not.
Yeah.
If you need to do a lot of addition in a row, instead of doing that, you could do multiplication. Pardon?
I guess people would just say, okay, what if we got 3 apples and then added 2 more of 3 apples onto those? That would be 9 apples. And then we take away half of them. Or like, so we take away 4. That would, no, we take away like 4.5. That would be half of them. I guess that's how it would work.
Yeah.
But like, what I'm on about is like trigonometry. How did we come up with that?
Just let me.
What kind of
I have
drugs
this
was Pythagoras on when he decided that a squared plus b squared equals c squared? What, he must have been like high off
Oh,
mature
sorry,
LSD.
I got distracted. Pythagoras' theorem.
Yeah.
People got drunk.
Greek people did drink a lot of wine. Anyway, so I guess he would have just. I'm not sure. I'll look it up actually because I want to know this. How did Pythagoras, not Pythagoras, think of the
I hate how slow moving is in this game.
triangle thingy? Google will understand what I mean. How did Pythagoras think of the triangle thingy? Ooh, he was a vegan.
He was a vegan?
Yes.
Damn it!
just gets completely distracted.
I no longer accept Pythagoras. I hate vegans.
Anyway, yeah, Google isn't giving me an answer in the first
Sam,
12 seconds, so that means there isn't an answer.
I can understand going vegetarian if you don't want to eat dead animals. Oh no, I don't want to eat animals and eggs. What will I do? The animals
So
are
I think my theory is people observed like the shapes in the environment, and then they came up with these rules, and they based the shapes around that. So
Yeah.
like if you get like the rules, like Pythagoras theorem, quadratic formula, all of that, they based it around that. The shapes. They based the shapes around that, and like made set rules. I think that's what happened. I think that's what they did. But still, it's really, really, really dumb how they came up with it because no one actually knows. They must have just like ingested too many berries.
Yeah. Hang on,
guess.
I have a theory. What if all the berries that caveman people thought were actually poisonous, what the caveman were actually just allergic to them and they're actually safe to eat? How do we know?
What if we just ate poisonous things and just became immune to them through evolution?
Well, I think yeah, that could have been, yeah. Well, still, when you say something's poisonous, it isn't poisonous to everything. It's only poisonous to certain things. Like, do you know those red berries that are really poisonous to us that you sometimes see when you're going through wherever? Birds can
On the
eat them
trees?
without an issue.
Yeah. And like if you eat too many apple seeds, then you get cyanide poisoning.
Yeah.
I'm assuming
But
that's
you have
not the
to
same
eat
with
like a
everything.
ridiculous amount.
Yeah. Did you know, like, this is just a really fun fact that has nothing to do with maths. Did you know that if you eat like 42,000 bananas in like 10 minutes, you die of radioactive poisoning?
Yes, I did. I didn't know the number, but I knew you could die of radiation poisoning from the, I want to say, radon in banana?
It probably wouldn't be the radiation that kills you, to be fair.
No,
It would be
something
like,
else would kill you first.
yeah, it might just be something to do with the amount of bananas that's going down your throat. That sounded very strange. Okay. Alright. Like, so, when I say maths, I mean...
In 24 hours, if I was to eat 400 bananas in a day, my heart would stop because of a potassium overdose.
Yeah. Thinking about it, you could overdose on anything,
Yeah, you
including
could.
oxygen. If you just, like, inhale oxygen for, like, 10 minutes straight, you die. in it. But like your lungs would burst because your body stops you from doing it. But like,
can you overdose on
Caveman-
oxygen?
Pardon?
a caveman would probably do that.
Well, yeah, quite easily.
Huh.
If you ever, I don't know if you ever blown up a balloon where it's really tight, and then like let it blow into your mouth and you can't breathe the other way, and it kind of expands your lungs. You can only take about a certain amount of oxygen at a time. I think too much of anything, no matter what it is, will kill you. Also,
I've had too much time.
the atmosphere isn't even that much oxygen, is it? It's more nitrogen.
Even too much time would kill you because you'd die of old age.
Hang on. I just saw.
There's just some RuneScape guy fishing in front of me.
Yeah, I'm fishing in RuneScape.
Okay, let's keep on talking about maths. Like,
hang on.
When I say maths, I mean like astrology and stuff. How did we like decipher that the quadratic formula would be used to like think about how planets would rotate around each other? How do we like come up with that?
It's like that area of stuff, right? It's like expanding brackets. It's like it's turning something like
astrologers use the quadratic formula to like they use the quadratic formula to measure the speed at which planets orbit each other. That's how astrologers use it.
I guess people just got very drunk and too smart.
Right.
With humans, all humans just they don't want to not know stuff. So we want to know everything.
Wait, what was your question before Jonathan went off on one about drunk people again?
It was how did we like come up with the fact that the quadratic formula is used to measure speed of rotation and like falling and stuff.
I'm looking at what quadratic formula is. I'm very sorry. Oh, I remember doing this in class a while ago. A very long time ago.
It's great.
Right.
Doing it now. It's really fun.
I should have bought my school book. I will do. That's while I'm playing RuneScape. I'm going to read an old internet book from 2002. What's my battery on? 99% on its charging. That's good. Lotus space. What do you mean?
I'm gonna have to go now. We're gonna have to continue doing the rest of the topics tomorrow.
Okay.
I think we've covered everything about the maths. I think the maths is covered now.
Yeah, it's been a good 38 minutes. We'll end it here.
No, okay.
I'll put these two together and then chuck it on. Whatever.
Alright, we'll cover the next topics. I'll come up with a few new topics.
Yeah.
We'll the next episode tomorrow or sometime out. I don't know. Yeah.
Jonathan, do you remember what you wanted me to do?